Here we go. 21, 21.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Not today, you are. Not today.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down and goal to go.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Gun.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, D Ford in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Haywood!
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll have a first down past the 40. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown!
Tevin Coleman doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Watch the slant.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. When I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force. In there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
50 Cent. Hey, dude. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
General West.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
44. Hey, Alpha. No spacing.
57. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go,
the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
12. Here we go. I got you.
Watch twitch.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Here we go. Wait, 80. 12. 1, Omaha. 24, check Smith. Hey, gun. Get hot.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There for the Niners. 47 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Here we go.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
13.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go. He's coming.
Get hot.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
You go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here we go. Wait, 80. 12. Topper. 11. Hey, orbit. 65.
Kill. Watch the edge.
Get hot.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
A 54-yard sack.
And this one is right down the middle. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Nick Perry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Third and 3.
Start! 180!
Max 56.
Whirl! Go!
Come on, baby.
Lock it!
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Now the try here for the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distance.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Get in the weight room.
22, 44. Middle. Hey, exit.
Right there, 56.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Max 56.
Quarter.
Let's go, Abby.
Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And got his man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go. Black 5. Slow bell.
Get ready.
Slow bell. Hey, echo. Black is third.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. D. Ford picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Right there, 56. Hey, let's get this. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Again, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On 2nd and goal, Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Connor going to try and run it, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Yeah, he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times. But also, they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Kill. Switch.
Hey, alert. Dick. Hey, gun.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Powering forward. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Hey, alert. Hey, Charlie.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Hey, Delta. 56.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now the the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
56. Check 56.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
56. Check 56. Here we go.
Five.
Let's bring it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. Now it's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster. 38 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometime...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 75 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys." I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 50 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Play fake to counter. Now Roethlisberger toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys?
And we'll see how determined they are. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Javon Hargrave just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Hey, box truck. Mike's 50. Here it comes. Black. Switch. 21. Rush in.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Man, I got you.
50. Hey, Haywood.
56. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before.
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
56. Mike, 44. 56.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Here's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Washington. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance. And he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Middle. 56. Hey, wahoo! 56. Here we go, here we go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Collins. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
180. Snickers. 66.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And this, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. 16 yards, a 1st down. But Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Wait, 80. 21. Let's go. Check 99. Check that hut.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I got you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Quarter. Hey, do. Check 56.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down, here's Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, it's Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Mike, here we go. Black 80! 12, fellas, here we go.
Check 26, check 26.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go. 180! White.
Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vince Williams gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
He's two. Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alpha.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught inside the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Josh Adams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Carson. Chargers have scored again, so they are really opening it up. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year.
Here we go. Wait, 80! White.
Let's go. Set.
I got you.
Mike 55.
12, fellas, here we go. Set hot!
On 1st down, Coleman breaks free again. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Watch out.
21. Here we go. Hey, gun.
Now Garoppolo. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. There he goes inside the 30. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was at high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This time, Roethlisberger will throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Josh Adams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Show that bench release and go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the 49ers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.